Welcome back to Lupo Outdoors. Today we're going to do a box opening. We're actually going to check out Chiappa's little badger. This happens to be chambered in .17. I ordered this online and I picked it up at my local gun shop. If you have a membership at some gun shops, they waive the FFL fees for incoming firearms, so that's what I ended up doing. Can't wait to see this. We'll do a full review of this today. We're gonna do the open box, and we're gonna talk about all the different options you have with this. There is so many things, and also we're gonna talk a little bit about Long Shot. So Long Shot makes absolutely amazing professional parts for this, and I'll put a link to their company there. So if you have a little badger, it doesn't matter whether it's in 22 long, 22 magnum, or .17, they have the parts. They're all machined, they're all beautiful. It's great, really, really great. We're actually waiting for some of them to come in, and when they come in, we're going to do a full review of their parts, so stay tuned for that. But right now, let's do the box opening. Inside is a sticker. Let's open it up and see what all the cool stuff is. You get some paperwork. You do get a bore brush for cleaning your rifle, which is kind of nice. And then your manual is right here. Firearm responsibility and safety, of course. And then your overall manual. So the you have the double badger, which is another firearm that they sell. But the little badger, and then they also have one called little squirrel. I'm not familiar with that. But when we look at this, I mean, there's a bunch of information about this, how to change it, and things that you need to do to it. Also, full breakdown is available in here. So I'm gonna put this all back in the bag. There's something that I thought was interesting. So let's pull this out of the bag. And as you can see, it folds right up really, really easily. And then it fits right inside this backpack. Fits right in here with no problems. So what I thought was interesting is when people are firing this, they're like, oh, I hate the sights. So when we look at the sights here, there's no glow or dot. So what you probably could do is just get like a fluorescent marker and put a mark there, or maybe some nail polish. Just put a little dot there. But one thing that I thought was interesting, a lot of people saying, oh, this isn't very accurate with the sights, blah, blah, blah. But what people don't realize is this sight is adjustable by range. So you can modify this, and it's got little clicks. So farther range, closer range. So I thought that was interesting, but nobody ever mentioned that before. When they talk about this. And then the other thing is this knob here is for your windage. So, you know, when you're at the range, you can fire a couple of shots, and then you modify this. And it's got a 0 right there, and then you can just change, and there's little clicks. So you can actually get your windage in there. The problem I have with this is, even with my glasses on, I can't read the yardage that's in here, right? So there was little marks in there, and it's black on black, and I'm like, yeah, all right, sure. But when you first hold it, and you're holding against your cheek, and you're looking down the sights, you know, if I had a little dot of fluorescent on the end there, that would be really, really cool, and I could be able to center better. So that's a consideration. Now, Longshot actually sells a whole brand new front sight. Makes life so much easier. So let's talk about you know, the packaging. The packaging is real basic. I've never received a rifle in a tiny little box like that before. I wish the styrofoam wasn't all broken up like it is, and that's sad. So aside from that, it's not a bad little setup here. You know, you got your buttstock. This is for rounds, so when we're doing .17s, they can all fit right in there quite well, and you can stack them up. This holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It holds 12 rounds right here. I've read somewhere like, oh, push it all the way back. It doesn't go all the way back, but that's a spot for holding your ammo. Now, fold up is very simple. You press, you have your firing trigger here, and then you have this here, which is your collapse, and it folds it in half. I found that it kind of bumps that little Piccadilly rail there. If you put the trigger down just a little bit, you can fold it a little bit tighter, and then it, you know, it's right there for you. Overall, it has 4 rails here. It has a sub rail here, and people are like, oh, what's that for? That's for aftermarket hand grips to make it a little bit easier. Right now, you have to hold it like this, wrap your hand around, and hold the trigger. That's forward, and that's safety. There's no trigger pull, and then when you pull it all the way back, the trigger will actually fire. I've seen several videos where people are like, here, and they'll pull it back and they'll fire it. One big rule of thumb when it comes to rimfire cartridges: never, ever dry fire a rim cartridge. The damage you can do to your firing pin, just don't do it. It's just awful. So always, always, always either have a brass cartridge in there. So if you're going to do a fire test or whatever, you want something for this to strike, right? So either put a snap cap in there, and then, you know, if you want to test fire and test the trigger, that's fine. But if you don't have anything in here, don't dry fire. The other thing is you get the buttstock here. You can hold 12 rounds here. This is for a hand grip. And then you have 4 of these plastic Piccadilly rails here. They're okay. Longshot sells actual metal ones that are custom made for this, which is incredible. But one of the things I really liked about this is, for something so small and so inexpensive, it has a threaded barrel, which is fantastic. So if you want to put a little muzzle brake on there, which, you know, for around this small, it's not that big of a deal, but you can put a little muzzle brake on this, or a suppressor, which would make this just whisper quiet. So when you put with the threaded barrel, it's really, really nice. Longshot sells solid metal brakes. I'm hoping to get one when they send me the package. This plastic one, you know, it's just a thread protector for now. But they have a little forked one that's not a muzzle brake, but it's like a glass breaker, and it's like all sharp and everything. And then they actually have one that kind of protrudes, that's a mini muzzle brake, which is really, really cool. Lots of options on Longshot. Like I said, I'm going to put their link down below in the description. So my overall first impressions of this, it looks a lot of fun to shoot. It really does. It's well built. It's solid. It doesn't feel cheap at all. You know, it feels like a nice little survival rifle. Everything on this feels rock solid, and then the breakdown is very, very simple. And then you can throw it right in your backpack, and off you go.